So this may look a little strange, but today we're going to talk about Kathleen's Parkinson's. Here she is. Yeah. Hi. So anyway, Kathleen got Parkinson's kind of young, and so sometimes, she had little kids, kind of little kids, and so sometimes, it's easier when we talk about stuff. So we do it now. We don't always talk about Parkinson's. We talk about other stuff, and we usually argue with each other, right? And but anyway, we're not going to do that today, because today we're going to talk about Kathleen's Parkinson's. And we are Baby Tumbles. This is Baby, and I'm Tumbles. Yeah, and I'm the prettier one. No, you are not. Well, anyway, I'm not. Okay, so anyway, thought I'd try and throw that in, but I'm going to talk about Kathleen's Parkinson's. So, like you said, she got it kind of young, and excuse me. And anyway, she was in her 40s, which really isn't very young, is it? Well, anyway, she thought it was young, and she got it then. But it was misdiagnosed, so she didn't know for a while, and that's kind of sad. That was hard, because if you're not diagnosed, then you don't know what's wrong with you, and then you can't be in the Parkinson's groups because you don't think you have Parkinson's. Is very upsetting. But anyway, so they got it right, and she found out she had Parkinson's later, and that's what she had. Yeah, and so anyway, she had problems with her thinking, with cognition, and she had trouble with that. So anyway, let me sit up here, and she had trouble with that, and she couldn't follow her students because she's a professor, and she couldn't do it so well. And so guess what? So the neurologist told her to stop teaching, and she loves teaching, so she was pretty upset about that. And he said, "Well, you just have to stop teaching." Yeah, well, that was kind of rude. Well, the neurologist is kind of direct, this one, but he was right, wasn't he? Yeah, he was right, yeah. So anyway, she stopped teaching it, and she does other things, but she misses it. So, and then she also has balance problems. And this neurologist said to her, you should have a cane. And she said, "I don't want a cane." Yeah, she did. "I don't want a cane." And then he said, "Well, okay, we'll just fall down then." But that was rude again, wasn't it? Yes, but he was right, wasn't he? Yeah. Well, anyway, so she uses a cane. She uses it when she's outside mostly, or in big crowds, because in the house she doesn't have to use it. Yeah, because when she's on a footpath and she's walking, sometimes the footpaths go up and down, and that happens everywhere. We live in Ireland, but it happens everywhere, and so you have to. So she doesn't notice the change in the footpath, and sometimes she just kind of falls. So the cane helps. Yeah, and she freezes when she's about to cross the street. So if anybody tries to pull her across the street, then that's really upsetting. But now everybody has that figured out, so that's okay now. Yeah. She's also had some speech problems, but she go back now. She had speech problems, and she can't finish her sentences sometimes. So she goes to a speech pathologist, and speech pathologist helps her out, and then that benefit lasts for 2 years often. So she used to not finish her sentences, and the other people would finish them for her. Yeah, and they would get it wrong. They would get it wrong what she was trying to say. That was pretty frustrating, too. That was frustrating. Kathleen has some masking. She doesn't have a lot of it, but she has some, and that makes your face kind of stiff, and people think you're mad at them. And she wasn't mad at them, but they thought she was mad, and that was a little upsetting at times. But now that's all straightened out. Kind of people kind of know that she's not mad at them, and she's working on the masking anyway. Yeah. So, and she has this thing called dystonia. Wow, that's a big word, and you got it right. Yeah. So anyway, she has dystonia, and so she gets pains and cramps and stiffness in her legs, and she has this great husband, Chris, and he rubs her legs and most nights and her feet, which she gets cramps in those too. That's they're very sudden cramps, and they're not really like swimming cramps. They're really different, but they're very hard to get rid of. So massage can really help there too. And so one of the bigger problems for Kathleen has been sleep. A lot of people with Parkinson's have problems sleeping. Okay, and her dad once said that Parkinson's, sleep is the nectar of the gods. Yeah, what does that mean? See, I'm the smart one. See, nectar of the gods means that if you sleep, you could do almost anything. So it's really important to get sleep. So she's working that out with her doctors. She has movement specialists and autonomic specialists, and she has a team, and since her blood pressure drops, orthostatic, hypotension kind of thing, she stands up, but sometimes the blood pressure drops too far down yet, and that's okay. She has to learn to get up more slowly. Yeah, you should do that. Yeah, I should do that. I should. Yeah. So anyway, she's a little shaky, but she's not big shaky, but she's a little shaky. So she goes to the store, and sometimes she pick up something and she drops it. That is not good. So she doesn't do that too much, and not glass anyway. And so anyway, she can't when she does the store. She can't sometimes put the money, the change, into her wallet. So Chris says, just put it in the bag, okay? And that's a smart thing to do. So that's what she does. So that's what Parkinson's is like. It has lots of facets. Facets. Has lots of facets and lots of things. And some Parkinson's patients get some of them, and some don't. And you get the other ones. And you have to deal with each one as it comes at you. That's what you do. It's like this game, whack-a-mole, where excuse me. You just whack it. You whack each one of those things back as best you can. That's what you do. And it's not easy. But a great thing happened to Kathleen is that she started doing exercises with this big exercise. It's called, and it's for people with Parkinson's. And she went from being like this and sitting up straighter and feeling better. Exercise is terrific. And she goes for walks, and she could do a little more exercise. No, that's nothing critical, but it's true. She could do a little more. She tries. She does a lot, actually, fair amount. She does, and she goes with the physiotherapist to another exercise during the week too. And some of her friends who have Parkinson's, they swim, which is really good. Kathleen doesn't swim, but she should swim. But we could talk about that later. But that's right. So anyway, now she paints. She never used to paint because she was busy being a professor, writing and everything. She still writes. She writes novels now, but she does everything kind of slow because her energy is not way up there yet. So that's frustrating to her sometimes. But it's not so bad. And she has this painting site if you want to go there and learn to paint like she has, and it's called what is it called? Well, you're supposed to know these what you're supposed to practice. It's called paintingdoc.com, and you can come and visit it. So anyway, Kathleen doesn't want us to go on and on about what's going on in her Parkinson's, but we wanted to tell you about some of the things because they are difficult, but she says it's not the worst thing in the world, right? No, it's not. She says it's not the worst thing, but it can be very hard, and some people have it worse than others. And so, anyway, what we do is we try to stay uplifted about the whole thing as much as we can. And exercise makes all the difference. And good doctors and good friends and lots of love. So. Thank you for listening to us today. We try not to be too rude to each other. yeah, sometimes we can be. So thank you, and yeah, they do. Yes, and thank you. Yeah, okay, thanks now.